What is the number one thing that is preventing you from realizing this final clarity, final awakening, final? A place where you enter into this dreamlike state almost, where the truth is all around you, and like I say, you cannot unsee it. What's the number one thing preventing you from that? You know, I'm surprised that I haven't done a video on this sooner, but it was brought up because I had a video call with somebody and I was like, this guy's so close. He's right where I was. What was it that made me finally break through and see? And you know, guys, I know I harp on the meditation and the prayer and the introspection and the contemplation. I harp on that. I know it probably annoys you even, but that's because I know that that's what's needed. It's the fastest, most efficient way. But that's not the number one thing. Um, in your practice, in your toolkit, it is the number one thing. Okay, but there's a next step, which is the number one thing that I'm saying in this video. Okay, and that is being utterly and truly, fully vigilant. Vigilance. It means hardcore. It means extreme. It means staying ready, staying aware. At any moment's notice, I'm waiting. It's like, you see how my eyes are? Like, oh, he looks crazy. Like that. It is a crazy, extreme. When I say you are straddling the line of insanity and bliss, when I'm saying you're straddling that line, because to your average person, if you're like talking like I do in most of my videos, I'm utterly insane. I've lost it. Let's go label him whatever. And, you know, give him some meds and shit. You got to calm down, bro. You kind of lost it because you're too far outside of the realms of normality and this reality that we all exist in. But to be the fully realized one, this place that this new earth is entering, the awakening of the new earth, where most people eventually, after their purging, will realize this. There is a vigilance that is needed. There is an extreme necessity for fully incorporating all of these teachings into every fucking moment of your life. And that's the extreme thing. You can sit down and do the meditation and the prayer till you're blue in the face. I don't know why I'm stuttering. You can sit down and do the meditation till you're blue in the face, but it's not going to make a difference. I mean, it will, obviously, but it's not going to make the real full difference unless you sit and incorporate it into your daily life. When I say you become the stillness, you root yourself in the stillness, and then now you carry it out into the world with you, that's the number one thing, is the carrying it out into the world with you. Because even when you're in your room by yourself, you're still carrying it around with you. It never leaves you. I've referenced this part multiple times in my videos. There's this part in the Garden of Gethsemane, right before Jesus is gonna be handed over, after Judas has betrayed him or whatever. We don't really know if it really ever played out that way, but whatever. I have my doubts. But he's having this crisis. He's having this torment. His soul is crying because he knows that the suffering and the death is around the corner. It's come to his doorstep. He's like, whoa, hardcore shit. I'm gonna willingly give myself up. Because he could have left, like I say, he could have left. He saw it coming, but he chose it. Okay. There's this part where he tells the disciples, pray that you don't fall into temptation. Why is he saying it like that? He doesn't really ever say these words like this throughout the rest of the Gospels, at least that I'm aware of. And I've read all of the shit many times over. I don't think he puts it that way ever. Why? Why there? Why? What's going on? You guys don't understand how intense him saying that is. I get it because I realize what he means by it. Pray that you don't fall into temptation. It's kind of alluded to, even if you think about it in the Lord's Prayer, deliver us from evil, from the evil one, forgive us our debts and that kind of shit. But the pray that you don't enter into temptation is basically stay super fucking vigilant right now. The devil's all around us right now. The devil's coming for me. The manipulative trickster, this conniving, lust for power that had embedded and infiltrated the entire Sanhedrin and, Pharisees, Sadducees, whoever, the scribes, all these people that were plotting to kill Jesus. He's like, man, all this evil shit's all around me. They all hate me because I speak this truth, because I'm pushing boundaries. So he's been teaching, I'm sure, the entire time to these disciples, pray that you don't enter into temptation. Why? Well, temptation is another word for the devil. Temptation is another word for the illusion. You're being tempted. It's like your will. When you become tempted by something, your will has receded, and now the ego mind is acting through you. You're acting something out. It all has to do with intentionality. If I'm intending to be present, then the devil can't come in and fuck with me. I know that. And so if I'm always vigilant in this presence, then I know that I can't be fucked with in a way. At least emotionally, mentally, I can't be dragged back into hell. So Jesus is like, yo, the gateway into hell is real easy to fall back into. Right now, you guys got to stay vigilant. You guys got to stay on the path. You have to be keenly aware. And that's why he's telling them to pray. Because while you're in this state of prayer, like they would pray, well, if you're only focused on praying to God, how can the devil come in there? You're actively speaking. It's like your voice is channeling, and it can't come in and fuck with you. You're protected in that energetic state. But then eventually you have to stop praying at some point, don't you? You got to go live your life. You're not 100% of the time praying to God. I guess in a way you are, through a meditative kind of a state. But what I'm alluding to is that the speaking mind voice that's praying recedes eventually into itself. And now you're just yourself that's aware. You're the consciousness that's aware of your soul, the part of you. This is where the vigilance comes in, guys. This is the number one thing. You can sit and meditate and pray all you want. And you can read, you guys, like, that's what I'm saying. Like when I was talking to this guy, he's read all the stuff. All the stuff I've read, he's probably read a lot of it too. A lot of you guys that are watching my videos, you've read all of the spiritual shit basically. Not all of it, obviously, but a lot of it. And all of these overlapping themes in all the religions and spiritual teachings, they're all pointing to the same thing, like I say. Well, you've loaded up the mind. You've loaded up the mind with stuff about what spirituality is. Now you got to realize it. Now you got to take all that shit, make it quiet, and then make it known. Known to you. Your intuition comes forward and it's like, yo, look at all these things you've learned. They're all true. And you're not going to do that when you're half-assing this shit. Every waking moment of your life, you must be devoted and vigilant to this. Number one, the all that is. You're not going to get there if you're like, I'm going to meditate 15 minutes a day and I'm going to pray once in a while and I'm going to read the spiritual teachings. You're not going to get there. I don't think you guys get this shit. You have to willfully choose in each moment. Why am I so agitated? Because you have to get this, guys. This is the last thing. You turn off the video, and now you're going to go back to doing this thing that you're doing, whatever. No! While you're doing that thing, you are aware of yourself. You're bringing your awareness inside all the time. All the time. You're noticing your thoughts all the time. You're bringing this stillness that you've cultivated through all this meditation and prayer that you've been doing. Let's say you've taken my advice and you're meditating an hour or two a day and you're praying and you're grateful and you're open and you're vulnerable and you're getting closer to your most authentic self. The last barrier is actually doing it, walking the walk, fulfilling the practice of it in your life. Walk the walk, embody it. That's what it means to embody it. Walk the walk. So all these people out here, they're fucking role players, man. It's weak shit. They're not walking the walk. And when I say I sniff it out real quick, I know in an instant whether you're walking the walk or not. I do. Because it's contradictory to my being that is walking the walk. Not that I'm better or worse or anything. I'm just saying. It is what it is. I see. And you will see too. And then you're going to say, I get everything that Darius was saying, that you see it. You can't run away from the truth. That you size people up in a moment. You'll have that same ability as well. Everyone has it when you're aligned with this truth of love, of peace. And so when Jesus is like, do not let them, don't fall into temptation, pray that you don't, it's basically like, don't give yourself to the devil, man. Don't give your power away. And in other places he says, do not give your peace. Bring your peace back. Well, what you're doing by doing that is you are reclaiming yourself for yourself. And then you can willfully choose to give your power to whatever you want through your focus and attention. This last step thing I'm talking about, the embodiment of it, the practice of it in every moment of your life, it is, you are in this like almost 100% of the time focused. It's very intense, guys, I'm telling you, because the external world's always trying and screaming for your attention. And so it's looking for anything, the devil, the illusion, it's looking for anything to come in and grab your attention and then temporarily remove you for however long. It might be a couple minutes, it might be a couple hours, it might be a couple weeks, whatever. It removes you from the path. While you're on the path, I mean, even when you're removed, you're still on the path. One way or another, you're always on the path. I've said this. But there's, like I say, the power of consciously choosing, consciously focusing, consciously being aware of your internal state of being all the time. All the time. You carry it around with you. So you're basically cultivating the prayer and the peace and the prayer and the meditation and the prayer and the peace and the meditation and the peace and the stillness and the peace. You're building this thing while you're doing it off on your own. Well, at some point, you got to take that and transition it into active being. Because when you're actively out in the world, that's where everything's around you much easier to lose yourself in, right? If I'm sitting in my room and I'm just like, I'm going to sit and meditate. What's trying to come in to distract me? It's only my own internal stuff that's going to distract me. Well, if I'm out in the real world working, walking to the train station, walking to the bus stop, getting in my car, listening to music, seeing people, going out to the bars, oh my God, she's so hot, oh my God, all these things, I want to have a drink, I want to get high, all these things, that's when you're out and about in the world and it's tempting you. It's not even like temptation of lust, and it's basically just trying to get you off of your willful attention to yourself. That's all it is. And so in each moment when I'm rooted, it becomes my default state of being. I'm always aware of my thoughts. I'm always aware of my internal state of being. It's primary. It's number one. Everything else is secondary, man. And Eckhart talks about this. He's like, your own internal state of being becomes your primary focus. And then because you're so aware of everything kind of becomes autopilot externally. Well, you haven't fully walked the walk yet, guys. Because there's still some baggage, there's still some karma, there's still some stuff, right? What I'm saying is, you could even do away, with some of this meditation and prayer. You don't even have to do that as much. If you stay super vigilant in every moment, focused on your mind and the thoughts that are popping up and noticing the space, right? Like Eckhart says, the space between your thoughts. When you notice those things and you're constantly keeping vigilant with that, that is also a portal into your full realization. But you have to know how to quiet your mind. You have to know how to root your mind. You have to know, and it's not like you're actively rooting it. It quiets itself when you bring enough attention to it. Right now, you guys have this 100% momentum in your mind, spinning, because you're activating it by giving your will and your focus to it. You need to bring the focus back into yourself all the time, your internal state of being. That's why it's easier to feel into your body, feel your feelings and emotions more. That will get you closer. I'd rather have you paying attention to your feelings and your emotions more than your mind. Even the feelings and emotions is illusory as well, but it's closer. Just like there's a right-mindedness, there's a right feelingness. There is, because your intuition pops your feelings up. It's right next to them. And so if I'm gonna like tell you guys, hey man, you wanna know the true key? You know how like in today, like there's hacks. I'm gonna teach you how to hack your mind. You're gonna hack this, the shortcut, the shortcut. You want the shortcut? You want the number one, the quickest, most efficient? In 3 months, in 6 months, you are an enlightened being. Woo! Right? Just put you up on the pedestal now. I guess I'll come worship you since you're enlightened too. Woo! You want that number one tip? The trick of the trade? You want that? You do the meditation and the prayer, obviously. That's what cultivates this stillness. And then now, at some point, you need to carry that stillness into the world. Well, the carrying the stillness is walking the fucking walk. It's basically, I remove hypocrisy. Because it's like, I know all the teachings. Like I used to say about myself, that's why I was the biggest motherfucker hypocrite. I know all the teachings, but I don't live them. Well, what I'm telling you guys is to go live them. And how do you live them? Well, it's in each moment. Every fucking moment. The past and the future lose their significance to you, eventually. While you're breaking through it, yeah, past and future still fuck with you, of course. You're still gonna sometimes get lost in your mind, guys, it's inevitable. But don't fucking condemn yourself for it. Don't be like, oh man, I was trying so hardcore to be super vigilant like Darius was talking about, and then I got trapped in my mind again and some fear came in and the devil took me on a ride, and all my biggest fears came up. Don't fucking like condemn and hate yourself and like beat yourself up about it. Just notice it. It's telling you where you're at. It's letting you know, hey, right now you're just not ready. It's okay. And you're not trying to achieve also there's an illusory thing, I'm achieving the final destination of enlightenment. That's bullshit too. Because in that chasing, you're never quite there. I promise you guys, if you're wondering, have I gotten it? Am I it yet? You're not gonna ask those questions when you're there. You're just gonna know. You asking the question, and am I enlightened? Automatically means no. Because you don't even ask the question, you just are it. You see, that's where the embodiment of it, walking the walk, is. The person that's walking the walk isn't even having a thought, hey man, have I reached this final clarity yet? You're too busy seeing the truth of everything. So you guys, I promise you, man, like I know that the people that are watching my videos, you guys are relatively advanced. You're advanced souls. To understand this type of message, for it to resonate, for it to keep you around and watch, you guys are so fucking close. And I'm giving you, my job is to give you the last pointers that you already know probably. You've come across it at some point or another. My message is the inspiration that gets you to actually sit down and do it. And that's why I get agitated and frustrated and very intense and screaming, and because I it's so it's the only thing that matters. You'll see what I mean by how it's the only thing that matters when you finally get there. Right now, you probably don't see it as clearly. You're going to be like, well, no, it's not that important because I have all my problems and that I got to deal with. You're going to see that when you enter this place, your problems solve themselves. Your intuition solves them for you. And you're just patient in a moment, letting it play out and letting God speak to you because you're willing and open to the signs of life that are all around you. Your intuition becomes a sign, your thoughts become a sign, your words become a sign, nature and reality itself playing around you always becomes a sign, and you're just merged with it, walking through life, peacefully, blissfully. Not to say that there aren't going to be moments of frustration, moments of despair, moments of pain, and so there always will be, but they're going to be super fucking minimized. And while you're going through that suffering stuff for a small period of time relatively to how you used to be, you're going to see it all playing out. It's not going to drag you into hell again. It's not. Right now, people out there, they're weaker because they haven't cultivated and built up this. The stillness and peace makes you stronger. It's such a dichotomy, such a paradox. How can being still make you stronger? It's like, well, what is peace? Peace is God. Well, is God strong? I would say so. I would say so. I think God's pretty fucking strong. The strongest strongman out there, where do you think he gets his energy and power from? Is it because of him or is it from God that animates literally every aspect of our being and existence? The hurricanes and the tornadoes and all of the natural disasters, they are meant to show us the natural raw power of God in the physical. And that's why it's like fear of God. Oh my fucking God, this entity that's so incredibly powerful. Well, you are that as well. But you have reduced yourself to nothing because you're too busy thinking that your mind is you and giving momentum and energy to it because you have not, like I say, reclaimed yourself. Reclaim yourself. Be vigilant. Stay focused on the task. And at first, it's going to be like work. It's going to be like you're trying. You're vigilant and you're trying. Darius told me to be focused. I'm focused. Okay, I'm focused, bro. Oh, is it coming yet? It's not like that. At first, you might try to be like that, and you're going to notice that's at some point you're just like, no, that's not it either. It's like a relaxed vigilance. It's just how you see, and you'll see what I mean. Like I am never losing focus of myself. And that's why I keep telling in my videos that everyone is bought into the external world. They've lost themselves in the external world. They're chasing after things outside of themselves. You'll see how that all plays out within yourself and what I mean by all of that and how true it is and how silly it all is. You'll see all of those things because you will be the God-realized person yourself now. And then the faith comes in, and then the surrender comes in, and then the submission comes in, and you're like, whoa, I'm like so protected all the time, and I like there's really nothing to be afraid of. You get into this place where you're fucking nuts. Like you're insane. Yeah. But it's like it's a mastered insanity. It's like you're a master in this. You're like there's no true mastery, like I say, right? Like if you call yourself a master, there's no humility because you're putting yourself on a pedestal. What I'm saying is there's a mastery of yourself that comes in that is like, I'm so in touch with God all the time. Okay, bro, like you take the fucking wheel, man. I trust you now. I mean, I trust you, bro. Like, cause I've been trying my individual separate way. I've been trying my own mind ego way my whole life. And look where that's gotten me. Nothing but suffering on the horizon there. Yeah. Well, eventually you just like let it go and you're like, okay, I get what you mean by most implicit faith, Jesus. I get what you mean by that. I get why you're always talking about faith so much. It becomes it's not even just it's like faith. Faith will get you there. By faith alone, you can. But it also becomes a byproduct of your being, of you walking the walk. And so the number one thing isn't actually just doing the meditation and the prayer. That's like 1A. Number one is doing it. Doing it. Doing it. And what meditation and prayer are doing is practicing, getting you used to actually doing it in your life. And if you want to go like the hermit, monastic, kind of yogi way where you just dip off into the sunset in the forest and just meditate all day, where you're not, being tempted as much by the external world, you can do that too. You can just stay blissed out all the time like Ramana Maharshi did. He's like, at 17, he's like, oh, I had an awakening. I'm going to go up to the mountain. And then he sat there blissed out for years, for decades probably, until word got out and people started coming up to him and asking him questions. You can do that. It's a valid way of existing. But it may not be in your karma to do that. Your karma might be to act some stuff out, to help some people, the helping, the doing of good deeds. That's the natural action that flows out of this realized place where you're walking the walk and practicing it now. Being vigilant in each moment. What can I do to help? Well, for me, what can I do to help? I'm putting these videos up. That's all I can do. Because the message is very powerful. If you listen to it and take it in and accept it and incorporate it, if you actually listen to the teachings, it works that way with any scripture, any spiritual teacher. If you really keenly follow and bring that teaching into you, it will take you to the promised land. It will. But I'm giving you the shortcuts. I'm telling you guys, these are the most important things. Focus on these things, because I did it myself. I was in hell, and then I liberated myself. Yay! Woo! Let's have a party. We're gonna have fun, guys. I promise you that. We're gonna have fun. You're gonna be the life of the party. You're gonna be the most badass motherfucker, because you are. You are. You're gonna have a good time. It's not gonna be so heavy anymore. You'll see. You'll see. I can't wait for you to get there. I can't wait for you to walk the walk. I can't wait for you to get rid of the last semblages of hypocrisy that are weighing you down. Walk the walk. Be vigilant. Do it. And then, holy shit. Holy shit. This existence is perfect. This existence is magnificent, magnetic. I am all of those things. And all of those things are out there, and they're all me. You start getting these massive leaps of realization. And they're so fucking, it can't help but quiet the mind, because you're just too busy the intuition and yeah, that's amazing. So do it. Do the work, meditate and pray, but more importantly, bring the stillness with you every waking moment.